What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday to you. Happy Sabbath if you observe. I've gotten my beauty rest. Yes, I did. I mean, Saturday, Sabbath naps are the best. But it's so funny. I keep seeing this Judge Mathis, his wife leaving him after 39 years, and you hear different men talking about this is why men shouldn't get married. You work so hard only for her to leave you. And it's like, what was he working hard for? Because I think sometimes people conflate the idea that hard work in a relationship boils down to financial management and stability. And a lot of times that's not true. I'm a financial advisor and I run across couples who are in the process of getting a divorce or talking about getting a divorce all the time. And there's various different reasons that they do it, but most of it is that they have, quote, grown apart. And so when, I ask them, how did you guys start growing apart? No, usually it's, oh, I was caught up, trying to make money, this career path, whatever. She had her thing going on, and we just did not have time for each other. And a lot of times when you are busy making money, right, and you're putting in so much hard work and effort into these secular things, you really do tend to neglect the foundational things that are important, like working on your marriage and making sure that your marriage mate is happy and content as well, beyond the financial management. And I think a lot of men conflate being a provider with being someone that makes another person truly happy, and that's just not true. Now, on the flip side, I think that you have a lot of individuals, both men and women, who have bought into these, hyper secular and materialistic ideas and self images, and they're buying into these things. They're on the internet, they're listening to some bitter person or scorned person, talk about their freedom, being free from being in a relationship. And they tend to sort of paint the narrative of why women should just go at it on their own. And you hear a lot of the rhetoric in the manosphere of men going on their own, but they don't realize that a lot of women have made that decision to go at it on their own as well. And because women have found ways to empower themselves with knowledge and education, they are a lot more self-sufficient than they were back in a day where women were more beholden to the financial management of their men. And it's interesting because my friend and I, we were talking about relationship dynamics, and she was like, I don't think I could ever merge my finances with somebody that I'm dating and even married to. I would want to just kind of, split things, but I never want to merge. And really, that's an indicator that you are married to somebody that you do not financially trust, that you don't trust enough, to sort of come together financially with, in a manner where both of you all are working off of the same account some kind of way. That's an indicator that there's some mistrust. And again, if you cannot get to the point where you're consolidating finances and even financial planning together with your mate, that's a red flag right there. And I think a lot of women, they go into relationships with this, side plan B thought of autonomy. So if anything should happen in this relationship, they already have an out, right? And they're ready and they can go at it on their own. And so I think that a lot of men aren't really understanding the psychology of women, that when it comes to taking certain things in relationship these days, a lot of women are in a position where they don't have to take it, and they're going to take their out. But if you've been married for 39 years, 9 times out of 10, and you're a Greg Mathis, you're not really trying to divorce your wife. You know what Johnny Taylor said: it's cheaper to keep her. It's cheaper to keep her. It's cheaper to keep her. I'm pretty sure he did not have a prenup. And so you're talking about a man that's well into his 50s, splitting his assets, and basically having to recoup whatever portion he has to split with her. I mean, divorce is a financial devastation for a lot of people, men and women, when you think about it, because if you're a woman and you have this divorce agreement where it's like, okay, this is what you're going to get. Now you have to be smart enough to budget and be able to live off of that and even flip that, right? Because especially if that's all he's going to be giving you as a divorce settlement, he's not obligated to give you anything else after that. So you're pretty much on your own. So hopefully your plan B was having a skill that can help you maintain bills and some sense of financial stability, with whatever divorce settlement that you get. But, there's so many reasons why people get a divorce. And a lot of times I find that it's neglect. People don't do the same things that they used to do to keep the person interested, and they don't feel compelled to do it because it's like, well, I have you now. I don't have to do anything extra. I don't have to make you feel extra sexy. I don't have to make you feel beautiful. I don't have to take you out on dates because you're mine now. And a lot of women are expecting that. They want excitement, especially when they get certain ages, when they're getting to certain points of insecurity in their life where they just want to feel, beautiful and finessed. And they want a man to look at them like, like they are the most important thing in the world. A lot of guys aren't putting in that kind of work. So I hear a lot of guys say, oh, it's not beneficial for a hardworking man to get married because you walk away from everything. But it's like, these dudes ain't even working hard, some of them, at the right things. So I give Judge Mathis at least props because he's not one of these angry men that's getting on the mic and talking about his wife and doing all kinds of things. He's on the mic showing himself to be a real man because he's actually trying to work at his marriage. And I think that is the indicator of a real man, when you actually will put forth the effort and you're man enough to say, I'm working on this. And to me, a lot of men should take note because it's so easy for them to be absorbed in the fact that somebody is leaving them without really dialing back and understanding why this woman is leaving, especially after 39 years of dealing with you. But you gotta be just you gotta have just been, I don't care about things that had you on a breaking point for a woman to get there. Like, a lot of guys don't realize this stuff is not coming out of thin air. These women are sitting on unreconciled things that they feel like you don't care about, and they're just making a decision to leave. And again, everybody has their opinions. They can live their lives the way they want to. I think that it is really almost satanic to encourage people not to get married, not to have some kind of fulfillment, because as much as, that is a possible reality, death is a possible reality too, right? There's still so much fulfillment for a lot of people in establishing your own legacy of wife, kids, and just trying to go the distance with, building that legacy and that family name. And I don't think that people should be out here in these streets discouraging it. And it usually be the weakest beta people who are failures and who are just way too scared to take the risk, who are the ones who are like, don't do it, guys, don't do it. But meanwhile, all you got is your hand and dating apps and random women. You have no kids. And anybody, to me, that's over 30 who's bragging about not having kids, you're really sad. You're sad, and honestly, you really are more of an indication of a failure in life to me, than anything else. I don't care how much money you have, right? Because money don't buy you happiness, and money doesn't give you meaning. A lot of these people are sitting up here with a lot of money and very little meaning. And at least Judge Mathis is like, no, my family, my wife. At the end of the day, when I have to evaluate what is meaningful and meaningless, my family is more meaningful. So kudos to him, and I pray for him and his wife that God's spirit will infuse into their family and they will be able to sustain their union. And that's another thing. People need God in their families. And when you have two people in the marriage and the relationships who are in a relationship that are accountable to God, and y'all don't read Ephesians chapter 5 and 6, and y'all understand what God is telling us in terms of being good mates, you will make adjustments and you will understand how to have a good union in this very crazy world. So you guys have a wonderful day. I will catch you on the next one, and happy Sabbath. Bye.